Today, we're diving deep into something that, well, affects pretty much everyone, every day. Morning habits, that often overlooked power they have.
Right.
Our main source here is a document called Morning Habits That Will Transform Your Day.
And our mission really is to unpack that. We want to find the most powerful ideas in there, but not just what the habits are, that's, part of it,
Sure.
but we really want to get into the why. Why do these simple things work? How can they shape your day, your well-being, even how you learn? It's about how small, consistent steps can lead to big changes.
Okay, so here's the big question for you listening in. What if starting your day, like really intentionally, could actually unlock more confidence, make you more productive, and just feel calmer?
That's the core idea, isn't it?
Yeah, let's explore that. The main idea from the source is pretty powerful. A good morning routine isn't just about getting things done faster. It can genuinely change your life.
It really emphasizes that.
And it points out how many successful people, across all sorts of fields, say their simple morning practices are key to their achievements.
And the core benefit they highlight, it's that when you start your day proactively with positive actions, you're not just like hoping for a good day. You're actively setting the stage for one. This creates almost immediately this feeling of confidence. You feel more productive, calmer. It sets the whole tone.
It's like setting your default mode for the day.
Exactly. It ripples outwards.
So that brings us to what the source calls the foundation habits. These are the basics, the building blocks.
The essentials.
And the first one, well, it sounds so simple, but wake up early. Now, you might think, oh, just more time. But the source digs a bit deeper. It's about that quiet time before the world gets noisy, yes, but also maybe when your brain is sharpest.
Well, yes, that early time often means fewer distractions. It gives you this protected space to focus on yourself, on planning, maybe problem solving, before the emails and calls start flooding in.
Yeah, that pre-dawn quiet can be surprisingly productive.
Totally. And the practical side is obvious. More hours.
Yeah.
More time to plan, maybe exercise, work on personal goals. The source gives this great example, like waking at 5:30 a.m. Early.
Yeah. But imagine using that time to meditate or make a really good breakfast or read something meaningful before the rush starts. It's about investing in yourself during those peaceful hours.
That peaceful feeling is key. Okay, linked to that, the next one is almost deceptively simple. Make your bed.
Yes. This one gets overlooked, but it's powerful. The source says it's not just about being tidy, though that's nice. It's about starting your day with a completed task, a small win.
Exactly. It's this tiny action, takes maybe 2 minutes, but it gives you an immediate sense of accomplishment. Psychologically, that matters.
Right. It sets off a little positive feedback loop.
Precisely. Completing that first task can actually motivate you to tackle more tasks. Plus, a neat room just feels better, more organized, ready for the day.
Neat and habit.
Yeah.
Key words there. Okay, next foundation. Drink water.
Super important. Simple physiology, really.
Yeah, your body's been without water all night. So rehydrating is step one.
It helps wake everything up, your organs, your brain, combats that morning grogginess. The source even suggests, adding a bit of lemon for some extra vitamins.
Nice little boost.
And a practical tip they give, just keep a glass or bottle right by your bed. Make it the absolute first thing you do. Easy to hydrate and energize.
Makes sense. Okay, so those are the foundations. Now let's move into what we can call the body and mind boosters. Habits focusing on well-being.
Yeah, enhancing your physical state, your mental state.
First up, exercise or stretch.
Get moving.
The source really highlights how moving your body first thing improves circulation, gets the oxygen flowing, and crucially, It releases endorphins.
The happy chemicals.
Exactly. Instant mood lift, more energy.
And the great thing is, it doesn't have to be like a hardcore gym session. The source is clear on this.
Right. No marathon required before breakfast.
No. Even some light stretching, a bit of yoga, maybe a quick walk around the block, it makes a huge difference. They suggest, for example, 10 minutes of stretching before breakfast.
Just 10 minutes.
Yeah. Increases flexibility, reduces stress. It's about establishing that routine of movement.
Okay. Then shifting to the mind. Practice gratitude. This one, the source suggests, directly improves mental health.
It really does. It sounds simple, maybe even a bit cheesy to some, but the science backs it up. Well, consciously thinking about things you're grateful for actually trains your brain to focus on the positive. It can, over time, lead to feeling genuinely happier, more satisfied with life.
So it's more than just a feeling.
Definitely. The actionable step they suggest is really easy. Just write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Could be big things, small things. My family, my health, this cup of coffee.
A simple blessing count creates a positive mindset. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Staying with the mind. Practice mindfulness or meditation.
This is another powerful one. Mindfulness is basically just paying attention on purpose to right now, without judging it.
Sounds easy, but doing it consistently. That's the trick.
It is. But the source points out that even just 5 minutes can make a real difference. 5 minutes of deep breathing can help clear your head, cut down anxiety.
So how do you do it practically?
Super simple setup. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you want, and just focus on your breath. In and out. Your mind will wander. That's normal.
Yeah, mine definitely does.
Yeah. Everyone's does. The practice isn't about stopping thoughts. It's just noticing when you've wandered and gently bringing your attention back to the breath. That's it. Builds awareness and calm.
Okay, 5 minutes. Seems doable. Now, let's shift gears slightly. Let's talk about planning and input organizing your day and what you let into your mind first thing.
Good transition. This is about steering the ship.
First, plan your day. The source says even a few minutes of planning can seriously boost productivity.
Absolutely. It's about tackling decision fatigue before it even starts. When you map out your priorities, even roughly, you reduce that feeling of being overwhelmed.
You know where to focus.
Exactly. It cuts stress because you have a plan, a notebook, a planner, even a notes app. Just list your top few priorities, maybe block out time for key tasks, help you stay productive and feel organized.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then there's read or listen to something positive. This is about managing your input.
Oh, this is crucial. What you feed your brain first thing can totally influence your mood for the whole day.
Right. The source contrasts this with, say, immediately checking stressful news or endless social media feeds.
Yeah, that can really start you off on the wrong foot. Instead, they suggest reading a chapter of a book, listening to an inspiring podcast, maybe watching something educational, something uplifting.
And they give a specific example related to learning.
Yes. Reading an English story for just 15 minutes each morning. It's not just pleasant, it's consistent practice that improves language skills while setting a positive mental tone.
Dual benefit. Love it. Okay, final one in this section. Review your goals.
This keeps the bigger picture in mind.
It helps with motivation, focus.
Definitely. It's about reminding yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Reviewing your long-term goals daily keeps them active in your mind, reinforces your commitment. It keeps your vision clear.
And again, a practical example.
Sure. If your big goal is, say, English fluency, take a moment each morning to look at your study plan. Decide, which lesson will I tackle today? Which vocabulary will I review? It makes the goal concrete and actionable today.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we can't forget actual physical energy. Let's talk about fueling up.
Yes, The essential breakfast.
Eat a healthy breakfast. The source puts it simply. Breakfast gives you the energy, the fuel you need to start.
And crucially, what you eat matters. It stresses choosing nutrient-rich foods. Think fruits, veggies, whole grains, protein.
Not just empty calories.
Right. Avoid the sugary cereals, the processed stuff that leads to that mid-morning crash. You want sustained energy. They give a great example. Oatmeal with berries, maybe a boiled egg, glass of milk, a proper balanced diet start.
Sounds good. Okay, so we've got all these amazing habits, but, the million-dollar question, how do you make them actually stick?
Implementation.
Okay.
Yes, the source has some really solid tips for this. Tips to build morning habits.
Lay them on us.
Okay, first, start small. Seriously, don't try to do everything at once. Pick one habit, just one. Get comfortable with it, then maybe add another.
Makes sense. Avoid overwhelm.
Exactly. Second, be consistent. This is huge. Doing it every single morning, even on weekends if possible, helps your brain automate it. It becomes, well, a habit.
Routine is key.
Third, prepare the night before. This is a game changer for many people. Lay out your workout clothes, put the oats and bowl out, write down tomorrow's plan tonight. It removes friction in the morning.
Reduces those morning decisions. Smart.
And finally, stay flexible. Life happens, right? Some mornings will go off the rails. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Just get back to your routine the next day. No big deal.
Good advice. Okay, and now for something really interesting, the source mentioned kind of an unexpected bonus.
Yeah.
How these habits can actually boost your English learning.
Yeah, this was a great connection they made. These habits create a perfect structure for embedding language practice.
How so? Give us some examples.
Well, that read or listen to something positive habit. Make it English content books, news sites, podcasts. That's your reading or listening practice built right in. The practice gratitude or plan your day habits. Keep a journal in English.
Yep.
Write about your gratitude, your plans, your goals. That's writing practice.
Sneaky. I like it.
For speaking practice, they suggest saying positive affirmations out loud in English, like, today is going to be productive, or I am improving my English every day.
Builds confidence, too.
And vocabulary building. Use that morning focus time to learn, say, 3 to 5 new English words. Then try to use them during the day. And the biggest thing, consistency. It turns practice from a chore into just part of your morning.
That's really clever, integrating learning into a structure you're building anyway.
Exactly.
So let's wrap this up. What's the core takeaway here for everyone listening? I guess it boils down to this. Creating a positive morning routine intentionally really can transform things.
Absolutely. The source strongly suggests you'll feel more energetic, more focused, generally happier.
And as we just heard, it also creates this natural space for things like daily English practice, which is a fantastic bonus.
And remember, it's not about instant perfection. The source reminds us change takes time. It's those small steps done consistently day after day that add up to big results.
That cumulative effect. So the final call to action from the source is really direct, isn't it?
Yeah, it's simple. Start tomorrow morning.
Just start.
Well,
Wake up a bit earlier, make your bed, drink that water, and then pick just one more habit from the list to try.
one step. That's all it takes to begin.
And maybe a final thought to leave everyone with.
Yeah, how about this? Think about the power of these small, consistent daily actions in your morning routine. Now, how could you apply that same principle, that cumulative power, to any big, long-term goal you have?
Ooh, interesting.
Could those seemingly impossible goals become, maybe not easy, but inevitable, just by breaking them down into consistent daily microactions? Something to ponder?